What are we gonna do with me? Oh, hi! Welcome to Sewing Nerd Studios. I am Jo, and this week we are going to make this dress, which is a mock-up for this dress. So jazzy and whimsical and sparkly and fun and very much me. It feels me. Let's go on a little trip down memory lane of me making this. Per usual, just general chaos. Let's jump back to previous me doing something. My brain's not working, so I don't remember what happened, but you're about to see, and then you'll know. And I'll probably know once I edit this. Okay, hi. I spent probably too long digging through my scrap bin. This is my knit scrap bin. I also took out the fancy knit scrap bin, which is where I got the main fabric for this dress. I spent hours dilly-dallying with this and just trying to make stuff fit, which is part of the downside of using scrap fabric, but it's, more time consuming, but doable. Also, can you believe I did a test run? Are you proud of me? I will take those pats on the back. Okay, so this is the pattern I'm using, by the way. I ordered this and some shipping supplies from Amazon. I don't order from there often, and something got messed up, and they sent me a whole nother second package of this all. So I do have a backup pattern because I have pretty thoroughly hacked up this one, just shortening everything where I should have labeled pieces, so if I need to tape them back together again I could do that, but I didn't do that. I was pretty bold in my chopping of the pattern. It's McCalls 7349. It's a raglan sleeve princess seam knit dress slash top if you want to make it super short. I found out about this because of I'm blank, the Stitchery. She's made 20 plus versions of this dress, and the color blocking of it all, of course it had never occurred to me to have a princess seam knitwear garment. I don't know, this appealed to me quite a bit. I really like princess seams, but the problem with it is I've only ever done them on wovens, and you have to be so precise about everything, and bodies fluctuate, so of course I prefer wearing knit. It does say for medium stretch, so I tried to not use anything super lightweight. I have this specialty fabric, so this is the sleeves. It does have a dart in it, which I've never done on a knit sleeve before because it's super stretchy and dark. I decided to thread tack the end of the dart, and I did little notches for the legs of it. I'm very broad-shouldered, so something I noticed on the mock-up that I did is the dart could probably go out a little further, so I may adjust that as I'm stitching. I'm about to sew them, so I'm probably gonna do it because I'm thinking about it, but these are the sleeves. The front main panel is more of that fabric. The side fronts and side backs are this stripy knit, and actually the collar band and the center back panel, because listen, I'm not gonna waste my pretty fun expensive fabric that I can't purchase anymore of because Joann's RIP. That's gonna be on the back, and I don't need to waste it there, so I cut up some leggings. Also, wait, I lied. This for the center back, it's a narrower piece, and I don't think I had enough of this fabric to cut out for side panels. Center back, and then this will be the side panels on the back. Then center front and front side panels. So yeah, I'm just gonna stitch. I'm gonna put on a podcast. I'm not feeling super great today, so I don't know how far I'm gonna get. And the construction noises you're probably hearing are giving me a wicked headache, and my teeth hurt, and my tattoos are all itchy and raised up. I don't know if I'm having some kind of reaction or something. I have no idea, but I just want to have this be as chill and calm of a day, and whatever I get done today is less I have to do tomorrow. So it is Sunday, and I've not had any water yet. I'm gonna go get... That's probably part of the problem. It's usually part of the problem. Okay, hi. It's the next day. Today's Monday, the 2nd. March is always so busy. It's such a busy month. Not in a bad way. There's just so many things going on. Half the birthdays in my life are in March, and St. Patrick's Day, and it's just a lot. So I just filled out my calendar and was like, oh, it's gonna go by fast, but then we'll be into spring and warmer weather. Anyways, I'm about to start assembling, and something I had noticed on the mock-up, which is why we do mock-ups, other than it being so much longer than I would want it, the princess seam could have come over towards the center just a little bit more, and laying this across my chest. I think I'm gonna do a bigger seam allowance on that seam, at least over the curve. I didn't think it looked terrible, but it could use a little finesse. When you do a raglan sleeve, you can't like try it on until you have the sleeves inserted, because it makes up part of the like bodice, you know, and the neckline and everything. Where normally you can try stuff on before you add the sleeves if you want. And because it's a raglan with princess seams, doing that initial assembly to try something on means where the sleeve gets attached will go across the princess seam. So initially I was like, I'll wait to serge everything till I try it on, but I can't really do that with the way this goes together. But again, I did a test run already. That was part of the decision to do that, was because I've just never tackled this amalgamation of seam work before. I just brought in firewood, so I'm winded. I brought in one sling of firewood, and the stairs I have to walk up to bring it into the house it's only like 4 of them, but it really takes it out of me some days. So days like today where I'm not feeling 100%, I will every couple hours bring in a sling, where if I'm feeling at a higher functioning level, I'll do like a whole cartload from my tractor, or bring in like 5 or 6 slings from our woodshed and everything. But that is not where I'm at today, so we're just bringing in enough to get by. It's very cold today. It was warmer over the weekend, and something about the barometric pressure, I don't really understand it, but it does seem to align with some of the days I'm feeling worse for seemingly no reason. And I hate that I have to like take the weather into account for where my stability is at. I started to fall over standing still yesterday, not from blacking out. I did black out yesterday after I filmed this, so I made the right call in tapping out when I did. Meaning, I think all I got sewn yesterday was the neckband, where I stitched the ends together and then basted the 2 edges, like fold it wrong sides together and baste the edges, just so it's not flapping around everywhere, and it's one less set of layers to account for when I'm doing the final construction. But anyway, I'm also a little overstimulated, so I'm going to put noise canceling headphones on and listen to some music. Actually, I think I'm going to put on some ska, specifically because I am doing a more general trivia this week. We're starting to do a general trivia every month that's going to go towards charitable causes, and I'm really, really excited to like put effort into something like that. But the themed trivia I do on the second Thursday of every month. It's ska this month because it's my birthday month. Yeah, I hope people turn up for that one. That one's on the 12th, so if you're seeing this, you might have time to like make plans to come to it. It's in Derry, New Hampshire, if you're anywhere in the New England area. I'm looking forward to it, but anyway. Okay, hi. I am in a lot of pain, but I got all the sewing done somehow. I hemmed it and everything, including the sleeves. I was gonna do some top stitching with a twin needle, but I'm already having trouble with like just regular threading problems. I didn't have that fight in me today. So what I'm gonna do, hold please. That was not the right plug. Okay, this one? There it is. Oh, bending over is the enemy. Oh, I was just trying to plug in my iron. A little bit of like wobbling from stitching the hem, which is fine. A little bit on this, especially on the thinner knit, it definitely happened. Not at all on the blue, which is fine. But usually if you spritz your fabric, or you just have a really good steam setting on your iron, that should help take it out. I guess we can test that out. Ooh, yeah, that did great. You know I mean business when I'm ironing knit fabric. But yeah, I just did some top stitching towards, I don't know, whatever side felt like it was less bulky. Kind of wherever the seam was starting to go on its own, that's how I stitched it. Yes, instructions are going to say what instructions are going to say, and you can follow them, but you're also your own boss, so I encourage you to go rogue sometimes. That's where some of the best ideas come from, to be honest. Stop yelling at me. Neckline looks pretty good. Trying to think if there's any other notes to give you. I just stitched a seam, or pairs of seams usually, and then serged it, and then stitched, and then serged. There's 3 pieces for the front, 3 pieces for the back, plus the sleeves. But it's, I mean, there's a little bit of curve to some of the lines, but it's mostly just a lot of straight lines. And then I hemmed it. Also didn't use a twin needle for that. I just folded the edge up twice and did a zigzag stitch each time for the bottom The sleeves, I wanted as little bulk as possible, so I hemmed it a little further up, like tucked it under maybe 1/2 inch instead of 1/4 inch, and then stitched it down. I had serged all of the raw edges, so there's a clean finish anyway. But so like this is what the inside of the sleeve looks like, versus just because it's more likely the underside of this might show, I did fold it under twice, but I did a narrower, like more like a 1/4 inch hem on this. Oh, also I completely missed a panel. So also, if you like that lettuce edge effect, just stretch the shit out of whatever you're sewing. The more you pull it with the serger, it can get pretty wibbly and wavy. That's just never been a look I have enjoyed, so I've never intentionally done that. I don't think. It's possible somewhere in the archives there's something I did that on, but it's not a finish I'm drawn to in like any capacity, so I do very much doubt it. All right, good enough. Also, throwing it through like a washer dryer cycle will usually, if something's stretched out, it'll usually like bring it back. You know, if I have a sweater that maybe has tighter cuffs and as I wear it, you know, from pulling it up my arm or folding it up or whatever, it gets a little floppy. If you put it through a washer dryer cycle, it'll usually kind of snap back. You can get more of the elasticity back to a point. Like sometimes the elastic is just dead. But anyways, let's take her for a spin. Okay. Oh, it's perfect. We did it. We did it. We did it. Here's the problem with my aesthetic choices is I really like this background. I like how it looks, but this, I feel like that clip from Garden State. Oh, it does have side seams. I could have added pockets to this. Is this a cut I want pockets on? Maybe. But yeah, like I said, I brought these lines in a little bit just to get it like, I don't know, it was ever so slightly too wide, but this is falling like exactly where I want it. How fun. Let me lower this so you can see the bottom half of the dress. I will find some place to do like a full body shot. Probably outside somewhere. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Here's the skirt. It's kicking out a little bit because again, I doubled over the hem. How's the back looking? Not too bad? Everything's fine. I'm just big. Almost. Almost. Okay. Okay. Better. What are we gonna do with me? I have to be honest with you, the longer I have had this on, the more I don't like the hem. And I guess I'll do some like crowdsourcing on ideas. Should I cut off or undo this hem? This is such a bulky knit. It's just giving this wavy, I don't know. I wanted it to be drapier. So do I leave it raw? I guess that is an option. I don't mind this fabric being raw, but these here, less so. I could do a bias tape hem as long as it's like a really lightweight. I must have really lightweight fabric I can use for that. That's an option. Or something I'm considering is just shortening the whole thing so it's more of a top. I don't hate that, but it'll still give me the same hemming issue. So do I shorten it a bunch, like up to here, like right around my hip? Because I'm thinking, is this something I would want to tuck in to jeans or have it drape over? And I think probably have it drape over since it kicks out just a little bit. Do I go more cropped? I'm not a huge crop person, but I do wear high-waisted jeans and we're getting into warmer weather. So maybe like, what's gonna get me to wear this the most is the way I'm trying to approach this. That shirt, the like pullover sweater I made last video, I've been wearing that nonstop. And I wanna have the same attitude about this, but I'm not feeling that right now. Also, if I'm keeping it like this, do I add side pockets? I don't know. So it's like 85% there. I think we can do better, but I'm kind of at a loss for how to approach. So if you would be so kind as to like comment your thoughts on it. I'm not sure. I think I need time away from it and then I can come back and decide. Also, I could just do how the sleeves are like serged and then tucked under one fold. These aren't giving the lettucey edge. So maybe that's all I need to do on here. I'm really overthinking this because I folded it up, did a stitch, then folded it up again, did another stitch. So do I just unpick the second line of stitching? I don't know. Thanks. Again, in another pocket of time where I'm not feeling super great, but this was a really nice like reprieve from the state of things, and I genuinely just zoned out and stitched. I feel like my brain is just not working and I can't remember anything lately. I got to sew and make something whimsical that like I am absolutely going to be wearing this. It's very comfortable. I kind of just feel like I'm wearing pajamas. It is my birthday month this month, so there will be a batch of mix CDs sent out for DJ Bog Troll Birthday Party Mix 2026. I haven't made the playlist yet. I'm excited to put it together. I think I'm gonna be very indulgent to like teen me. I mean, that's where most of the music is coming from anyway, is like my collection from my younger days. I literally make it off of my CD collection that's on my iTunes on my old computer every year. So you're getting like Joe Lore deep cuts with these songs, but I also post the full playlist. I make a Spotify version if I can. This is some real hipster BS of me, but like some songs just aren't available on things like Spotify. The band stopped existing before that type of like streaming happened. But I can usually find some iteration of it on YouTube. There's been 1 or 2 instances where like there is just no way to access the song except for the mix CDs, because I have like the file on my computer and I am transferring it to the disc for you. I know most people probably don't have a way to play CDs, so maybe it's just for the novelty of it. I don't know. I have a lot of fun making them though. That's literally all I keep that laptop for, is because I know every year I'm making another mix CD. So thank you for indulging me in such a hyper-specific, anachronistic, fun little like novelty gift that I send out. And of course I write a track list, so like feel free to dig around on any of the bands that I'm sharing with you. I have always put probably too much time into my playlist creations. I generally spend days like working on it and making sure each song flows into the next perfectly. Like the vibes are right and the journey I'm taking you on is well thought out. A few things have horrified me, like when I made a mix CD for someone and they just hit shuffle, which is fine. You're still getting the songs I wanted to share with you, but there's a flow, man. There's a groove you gotta get in. Anyway, speaking of everyone over on Patreon, thank you for letting me do this. The thing that is keeping me going is making whimsical little silly things, but that's what we need, is more whimsy and silliness. And I appreciate you all being along for the ride, wherever it may go. All right, on that note, I'm gonna go. I will see you back here with another video in 2 Fridays. Thank you so much for hanging out. And what, you think you're better than me? Is it blue and black or is it gold and white? I know internet references. How do I do this? My crows. Whimsy. We need more whimsy.